Alright, so here is our intermediate class. So today we're going to be doing a few combinations with butterfly, going over our caterpillar. We are going to do some stuff with leg hangs, and yeah, so let's get started. Make sure that you have your pole cleaner and you wipe down the pole. Alright, so starting with pole jacks. Good, now hop it up and in, up and in. Last one. Good. Straighten the legs, reach up and over. And switch. Good. Turn to the side. Reach the arms up. And then come forward. Take the leg back. Step back forward. Come all the way up. And then come through center, other side. Good, come through center, walk it back, and come halfway down. Good, let's go right leg bends. And then switch. 2 more. And then center, roll it up. Good, now walk it all the way down. Put your left hand in front, right arm reaches up. And switch. Back down. Now walk your hands to one side and step your feet back. Good. 5 times, lifting the leg. Right leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come forward and down all the way. And then inhale, lift your chest. Come all the way down. And then lift it up again. Come halfway down, reach the arms back. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Good, release, push up and back. Roll it all the way up. Good. And then now staying on the ground. Alright, so we're going to come into step, plant your bottom hand, pull up and over, and then back down. So doing like a cradle from the floor. Pull your hip up and in. Good. So I'll show from the side, pull up and in. Good. So now opposite leg. Your bottom leg goes down, so come up into a side plank. And then your opposite leg is going to come up towards the pole. So just basically using your core to touch your thigh to the pole, and then come back down. 3 more. Good, so now try doing both together. So step up with your back foot, inside leg comes up, top leg, woo, and then come back down. One more time. Come up a little bit higher, up and in, and back down. Good, other side. So step, push down, this leg is bent, this leg arm pushes down, and then inside knee comes to your hip crease. Push down. Good, so try and get as horizontal as you can. Good, now extend that leg. Come up into side plank. Top leg comes up towards the pole. And back down. One more. Good. So now, pressing through this foot, inside leg comes up, squeeze, hold, and then back down. Woo. Press down, and back. Woo, those are hard. All right, so now from here, you're gonna turn onto your knees. Okay, your hands are going to be in split grip position. So one hand's pushing down, one arm is up, pulling. You're gonna be pushing down, pull, and then lift up through your rib cage, trying to lift the knees up off the floor. So up, lift. Ready? Push, pull, lift. 3 more. Push, pull, lift. 2. Push, pull, lift. And 1. Try and keep your shoulders pretty even. Pushing and pulling nice and evenly. Good. So same thing other side. Left arm is up, right arm down. Push, pull, and back down. This is also a good stretch for your ankles. Good. 2 more. Good. Push, pull, lift through your rib cage. Up. Very nice. All right, so now we're going to do our shoulder press with the pole. Walk your hands underneath the shoulders, push your hips back, downward dog, one leg on either side of the pole. From here, one leg goes up, walk it up, other leg. Good, find hands underneath the shoulders, so walk your body in, then when you're there, 10 times, down and up. Good. So what I'd like to do is change the legs and do another set of 10. So, and if you can't do that, just do the same thing. So one more set. So when you're ready, place the hands down, come all the way up and do your caterpillar. So straight shoulder press from there. Okay, option to do it more like a caterpillar push. So you come down with your hips and then back up. Down with the hips and then push up and back. Okay, so I'll give you a moment to do those. Alright, so once you've done those, you can come all the way up to standing. Alright. So, let's roll. Shoulders back. And then forward. Good, hug it out. So now we're going to go into a climb, sit, and then a pole hang, and then slowly extending the arms to come down. We'll do it a total of 4 times on each side. So climb up, come to a sit, hands in front of you, legs go back, pole hang, and then slowly extend the arms and touch the toes down. Okay, so just like that, 4 with each leg in the back. Try and stack opposite hands as well, so switching after 4 with the legs. So as you come to your sit, remember, or as you're pulling yourself up from your sit, before coming into that hang, make sure shoulders are back and down, engaging through your back. Squeeze your butt, feet come towards that. So about 1 or 2 more on each side. Good. So take your time finishing those. I'll just talk through the next one, and then when you're ready, you can hop in. All right, so we're gonna go into side climb to an aerial invert prep. So basically just side climb to figurehead, but just working on the transition, making it smooth, and adding a little bit of dynamic to it. So hook the leg, pull down, come up, turn, squeeze, knees up, and then lower down. Okay, so always look where you want to go. Think about knees maybe coming out a little bit wider. Okay, and then to add that tilt. So really get, when you're in your side climb, really get the back leg nice and high, because as you're turning, you're gonna really use that ankle, use that leg to help get the motion going, so that your momentum is already starting. Then once you grab with your bicep, you can lift up and back. Okay, so come up, pull down, lift, turn, squeeze. Good, and then so make sure you're breathing, not holding your breath throughout that transition. And don't worry wherever you're at with the tuck itself, just focus on the sequencing of it and making it nice and smooth. Okay, so we're going for a total of about 3 on each side. Alright, so maybe grab a drink of water, take a breath, and then we'll keep going. one we're going to do is a little combination. So we're going to go into a Juliet spin. Then from there, we're going to step it into an invert, kind of moving backwards. And then we're going to go into Gemini, so finishing in Gemini. Okay, so to review Juliet spin, first I'll show it from the front, and then I'll go face the back. So take a little step back, step with your outside foot, come forward and around. Then you hook your outside knee. It becomes the inside knee, but it was the outside knee, right? So you hook it to come around. Then from there, we're going to step the back leg onto the floor, pull the legs together, come up and over like a barrel roll. Once you grab in your bicep, push off the inside foot, outside leg's going to come up, invert, and then end in Gemini. All right, so let's actually go through it. I'll face the back, right arm is up, step with your left foot, come forward and around, hook the leg, step, step, turn and over, push, lift, hook your leg, find Gemini. So you can do a chop or dismount, or you can do a climb over to come off. Okay, let's repeat that on the other side. So stepping outside foot, come around into Juliet spin. Round, hook, step, step, turn in, keep turning. Grab with your bicep, lean back, push up, and then hook your leg. Okay, so we're gonna work on this one for a few more minutes. So make sure that you're really working towards the transitioning from the spin to the invert and trying to move through it without doing too much pausing. And once again, make sure to breathe. Alright, so I'll give you guys maybe another minute to finish up with those, and then we'll keep going. Alright, so the next combination is from your invert, come to a butterfly, and then from butterfly working into a hip hold. So just transitioning and finding a smooth transition between the two, and trying to take out any of the steps in between. So butterfly, pull it into your hip, and then work to either come into either like a ball, pike, or straddle hip hold. Alright, so we're going to come up, find your butterfly pose. Take the leg back. Then from here, that back leg is going to come into your hip, find your bicep, hug it in, and then the other leg comes in. Maybe straighten out the legs. And you can come into Gemini or come right into a chopper to come all the way down. So let's go through just that transition a little bit slower. So from your butterfly, your back leg, you're going to come in like you're doing cradle, pull it into your hip, turn your shoulders and chest up towards the ceiling. Hug it in and then release that other arm. Okay, so it's very similar to coming down into cradle, except your body's not going to come to the side. As you hug the leg in, keep your body turning up as if you're going into the flat line. So it's kind of somewhere in between doing the two. Alright, so I want you to continue working on that. And then, so let's go to find your hip hold. And then now as you hold your hip hold, we're going to see if we can extend the one leg back, hook the inside leg to get into Scorpio or inside leg hang. So, come into your butterfly first. Hug that leg in. Good, now from there your inside leg hooks the pull, and then you slowly drop out your back leg for Scorpio. Stay here a few breaths because it's not comfortable, especially at the beginning. You can reach your arms down or even bring them to the pole. From there, reach inside the leg, come back up, chopper to come down. The other option to come out of Scorpio is coming into Gemini first, then chopper down, or to bring the legs together, face the floor, and do a handstand kickoff. So I'll go through that option now because it's actually a really fun transition. Your body turns, and sometimes you'll, depending on if you're like really grippy or not, sometimes your body will rotate a little bit. So it looks like a really cool twist on the pole. So inside leg hooks, then legs come together, face the floor, squeeze, and then handstand, push, kick off. So you just kind of have to think about it a little bit, but really one leg is already wrapped around the pole or in the front, so then the other leg just comes to the back. Once your legs meet, your upper body will know more where to go. Let's try that one more time. Good. So I've been alternating, going back and forth between butterflies or both sides. So if you're primarily using one side, definitely go into butterfly on the opposite side. Just try and work through the transition from that invert, dropping the arm, and pushing away. So I give you another minute to work on that one. Definitely on the other side. And then we'll keep going. Okay. So now to finish off our inverts, we're going to go into caterpillar, some caterpillar pushes. Okay, so just coming up probably about 2 or 3 times and just working through pushing from your chest into twisted and a couple different grips. So from your invert, hands to your chest, push out, then push just one, other hips come up, other hand may be twisted, up, maybe into split grip, push, and then come down. So do this about 2 rounds, and if you want to just continue working on pushing from your chest, that's good. Or even just think push and then bring it into your elbow, like full caterpillar. Try and get those hips up even with your knees. So as you're pushing up into caterpillar, think about pushing your body up and back, so that you find resistance in the elbow. And that's where you're gonna get that good sustaining hold, strong bottom arm, and you'll be able to lift those legs and go up. Okay, amazing. So usually at the end of class, I always like to do an inversion of some sort. So I wanted to take a little bit longer today and work on brass monkey and possibly working on brass monkey lifting up. So a couple different options here. Let's come all the way down. Start with wrapping your arm and other hand comes to the floor. So your hand is about shoulder distance away. Okay, and then from here, you're going to look up past your right arm, or whatever arm is wrapped, and you're going to think about lifting your leg, kicking it up, outside, and then wrapping the pole. So up and wrap. Come back down, think kick up, and more out to the side, towards the arm that's wrapping the pole. Up, and then you hook. Once you catch it, your other leg comes on top, and you extend out the arms. One leg at a time, comes all the way down. So the important part with your brass monkey, you're squeezing everything in with your arm and then you're pushing down with the other arm. So from here, push down, squeeze. You're gonna kick this leg out to the side and then up, out, and then up. Find that hook and then straighten it. Good, so a couple other things that you can work on with this one. You can bring this up onto the pole and just work on hops. So find your flag grip, push down. This leg, you know what to do with it, same as before. You just want to push down with your bottom standing leg and really lift your hips up and back. So up and back. Up and back. Okay, it would be a goal to try and get your heel to touch the pole. Although you don't want to like kick it really hard, you just want to think about really lifting your hips up and back. So doing it up on the pole is definitely much harder, but you really just continue to think of that foundational pull and push and lifting the hips, and you'll definitely get there. So now what we're gonna do is try it where we're in our single arm handstand with the pole. So this arm is coming down. You're gonna take the front of your shoulder to the pole, start to lift your hips, and then reach up to grab. From here, same legs, you're gonna try and hook your leg into brass monkey from here. Up and hook. From there, straighten out your other leg, pull down, and then you want to pull to lift and come all the way up, usually into a sit, or you can just hop it right off the pole. So you can always look back at this one if you want to take some time building up to it. So, or just work on the first part, so the one arm, one hand, handstand down, one arm is on the pole, and trying to hook the leg. It's going to feel a little bit more like you're going to be almost doing a somersault. So continue to think push down, pull with the top arm. So this arm is down, top of the shoulders against the pole, this arm reaches up. Then push down, your inside leg is going to come up towards the side and then up and hook the pole. From there, so this one straightens up, you allow your body to sink down, push, and then come all the way up. Okay. All right, so that was a little bit of practice with your brass monkey. Amazing. So now we're gonna come all the way down. Okay, so let's come all the way down. Extend the arms out long, reach the legs. Good. So now from here, come all the way to the side. So bring your body close to the pole, wrapping your arm. We're going to do a few times. Coming up Gemini, hooking the leg and trying climbing up and over. So when you're ready, legs go out, pull down, lift, squeeze, climb up. Good. And then from here, let's try and go into our apprentice from the floor. So you're going to take your bottom arm down, hook the inside leg, and try and extend. Good. Come back down, take it lower, all the way up. Let's do that again. Up, climb up. Good. Hand to the pole or the floor, hook it in, and straight. Good. From here, we're going to come up, all the way to standing. Let's do that on the other side. Good, so legs come open, up and hook, climb up, hand comes to the floor, squeeze into your hip, maybe extend the legs, and then come all the way back, release the leg, and lower down. Good. Let's take the arms out to the side, twist the legs over. And then switch. back to center. Bring it all the way up. Now we're going to do a stretch with the pole for your back flexibility. So you're going to need your mat still. When you're ready, come onto hands and knees in front of the pole. Slide your legs back and then come all the way down. Make sure the pole is somewhere in between thighs. Somewhere in between like like knees and upper thighs. So as we do it, make any adjustments that you might need. Okay, so hands come underneath your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, press up. Good, so see how that feels first. Make sure your tailbone is tucking under slightly. From there, you go on and walk your hands a little bit closer together. And then inhale, reach the right arm back. Good, and then switch. One more time. Good, and lower all the way down. If you need to, legs can separate even more. The wider, the stronger your base is. So the closer together, the more extension you'll feel. Okay, so hands under the shoulders. Inhale. Shoulders roll back, press up. Hands to the center. Good, so little squeeze to your butt. Reach up and back. This time maybe take your gaze with it. And you can always come up onto the fingertips as well if you'd like. Good, and then come all the way down. Good, when you're ready, slide one leg off, and then come back into child's pose. So sink your hips back. And then turning to face the pole, let's come up into a forearm stand. So the leg variations I want you to work on are come up into straddle, all the way up, stag leg with a little back arch, both sides. Come back to straddle and try and slowly lower down, tucking your belly button under, lowering the feet as slow as you can. Good, and if that goes well, lower about halfway, then try and pull them back up, then lower all the way down. Okay, so I'll go through that. You can start. Good, so once you get up there, find a straddle. Start to bring it all the way up, maybe hovering away from the pole. Really press down through the shoulders, maybe hovering through with your head as well. Stag the leg, so one leg pulls back, the foot can come to the bar, just the toes. You can push down through the shoulders again, and maybe lift your head, and then switch. Breathe, come back up, straddle, and then slowly lower down. Belly button pulls towards the pole, spine engage, core, and lower. Roll it all the way up. Good. So free to go through that one again if you want to go through the sequence in your forearm stand. Good. When you're done, so if you need to pause, you can do that, and then when you're done, we're going to come to a wide-legged sit, sitting up nice and tall. Reach up and over one side. Think about pressing the opposite hip down. And then come back up, other side. Good. From here, you can use the pole to come forward, or move a little bit away and come forward from there. Start to walk it back up. Close the legs in, shake them out. Roll the shoulders. You roll your head. Alright, so this is a full-length intermediate class. Feel free to come back to it at any time. See you again.